it's Rob Keating saying g'day from Australia. Today in this video I'm going to talk about what it takes to get a website online and why you'd like to do this. First of all, you need to know the name of the website you want to register, because that's step one. You need to register a domain. The domain name should probably have some keywords if you're looking to target a particular market or a product. Or it could be your personal blog, which would be your name. So for me, robkeating.com is where you go to check out my stuff, and that's my website. So to register a domain, you go to a domain registration company like GoDaddy. That's one of the big ones. There's also Namecheap you could use. So for around $10, what you do is you do a search to see if your desired name has been taken. And then if it hasn't, you just pay the money and then you're all registered. Or I should step back one step. First of all, if you don't have a domain registration account, you actually need to create one first. So I should say step one, create the account. Step two, know what domain you want to register. Do the search to see if it's available. If it is, go ahead and register it. When you're creating a domain name, it's best not to have dashes or things like little short codes people might use, like great, using the GR8, because if you say that to someone over the phone or whatever, they might put in the actual spelling of the word, so try to avoid them. You can have dashes, but it's best not to. Also, it's best to have the .com domain if you can, because quite often if, say, you've got the .org or .net domain name, you might just say, like my travel website, for instance, yes2travelsavings.com. You might just say that name to someone, and then say you've got a .net version. If you say yes2travelsavings.net, the person might not be at a computer at the time. They might go home and then jump on their computer, or they might type it into their phone and they go, oh, what was that website again? yes2travelsavings.com, that's right. But actually it's yes2travelsavings.net, and you're sending traffic to yes2travelsavings.com. So try to get the .com if you can. Like sometimes you might add a number or something to the end of the domain if you really, really want to get some actual key phrase, but try to avoid that, but it doesn't make too much difference in the long run. Okay, so you registered the domain. What's next? You need to be able to host that domain. So by registering it, that's just saying, okay, I've reserved this name for the internet world, but then you need to actually have a place to host the website. So it's just like having a computer that's viewed on the internet by millions of people, or billions potentially. So hosting, I used HostGator myself. So for around $10 a month, you can get hosting that allows you to put more than one website. Oh, there's the phone ringing. I'll just wait a second. No, I'll go and answer the phone. Pause. Okay, here I am back after that phone call. Sorry about that. Okay, so I was talking about hosting. So you need a web host to be able to have people visit your website. So as I said, HostGator is a great choice for around $10 a month. You can host more than one domain for that price. You can even get lower priced hosting, but HostGator is what I've used for years. Never had a problem, except when I forget to pay my invoice. But normally they get you back online pretty quickly. Okay, so you've got the domain registered, you've hooked it up with hosting. Well, not quite yet. What you need to do is you get what they call DNS information. It's a series of numbers. So you get that from your hosting account. You get that from your domain registration account. And then you go into the hosting and you add your domain to the hosting. And when you do that, you have to add in... No, let's get this right. Your hosting account provides... See, it's a complicated game, and I'll tell you what the solution is at the end. Your hosting account will give you a DNS number. You go to your domain registration number, your domain registration account and you go into the DNS part of the account, and then you put in that number, and then that hooks up the hosting to the domain registration account. Hi there, saying I said the wrong name a few times in the video when I should have been saying name server. I decided to record a quick video to actually show you what is required to complete this step. So here I am in a hosting account. It's one I have through HostGator, and I've created a new account domain, or set up a new account domain for hosting, and as part of that process it's displayed this information: name server 1, name server 2. So that's what you actually need to go over to the domain registration place and enter that in. So step 1 is to copy that information there. Now switch over to the domain details for one of the domains I have, and there's a whole lot of buttons, but what you want is this one here, name servers. So click on set name servers, and then a new page will open, and then you just paste in. So I just use Control V, saying I'm on a Windows. So Control V, and there was a second one which was NS1140, so I paste again and just modify it like so, and then you would go OK. But seeing I'm just doing this as a demo, I don't want to change it, so I'll cancel. So that's all you do. So first of all, after your hosting set up, you get a message, normally emailed to you, and then you copy the name server 1, so that's that one, go across to your domain details, name servers, set name servers, and enter the information. So I hope that helps. And then once you've done that, you add the domain into the hosting account. So first you hook up the DNS over at the domain registration place. You wait a few hours, or maybe more than a few hours, a day or two, depending on where you are in the world and how things propagate around the world. And then you add the domain in your, what they call the control panel. So with your hosting, most of the time you have a control panel, and with that you get access to a whole lot of features of your hosting account, like adding a domain, of course. You can create email accounts, so you could have like robert.yes-to-travelsavings.com, that type of email address. You also can create what they call a WordPress site. So WordPress is like a content management system where you can actually create sites. Okay, I thought I'd just give you a quick look inside a control panel, as I mentioned. Here we are in a HostGator control panel, and if we scroll down, here you can see where you can add email accounts, like I mentioned. And to add a domain to this hosting, we've already done the name server part, so you click on add domains, add on domains. And then you just type in the new domain that you've created in the earlier steps. So I'll just go example.com and just tab through and just leave all that as it is, put in a password, and then just click on add domain, and that's it. If I just go back home, I'll quickly show you. Oh, we don't want that, no thanks. Just quickly show you how WordPress sites are created. There are other ways you can do this, but this is the easiest and quickest way. So you look for something called Fantastico Deluxe, click on that, and then over on the left here you can see all these options you can click on. We just want a WordPress blog, so you click on WordPress, click on new installation, fill in a few fields, and bang, you're done. I won't go through the whole process, but that's it. So I just quickly showed you how to add a domain, and hope you found that useful. My YesToTroubleSavings.com is hosted by WordPress. It makes the process a whole lot easier because you just click a button, fill in a few fields, and then you've got the content management system sorted out. Then you have to add a theme and design that how you want it, and then you can start writing posts. So that's pretty much it. But is it? There's actually more to do. If you actually do use WordPress, you then have to add a few plugins to make it perform a bit better, to help with search engine optimization and a few other things. You also want to consider security. You need a good password that's hard to crack into. You don't want to leave admin as the account that you use to log in, because hackers will do a search to see if you use the admin account, and then they'll run software over the password and try to crack it. So make sure you don't use admin as the login name, change it. What else do you want to do? You want to make sure you have backups set up so your data's protected if you do happen to have a hacker or your system crashes or whatever. So you need to back up data. And that's pretty much it. But if you don't use WordPress, you then need other software, and you need to know how to write HTML. And then once you've actually got the site, you don't just sit there and wait for people to come. You've either got to do paid marketing using Facebook paid ads, or promote to your friends in Facebook, join groups in Facebook, or you can use pay-per-click advertising through Google. But if you don't know what you're doing there, you can lose a lot of money. Also, there's things called solo ads, where you can go to a person who's already created an email list and you say, hey, can you run this ad for me, send it to your email list? And they say, yeah, sure, give me $500 and I'll send it to 50,000 people. But if you don't know how to write a good ad, and if their site or their email list doesn't really match what you're trying to advertise for, you could just waste a whole heap of cash. So actually setting up a website, it's straightforward when you've done it plenty of times, but to actually get traffic and people seeing your website, there's a whole lot to do. So to solve all that problem, you can pay $25, have your website created, have a sales funnel all set up for you, if you're looking to make money online, which not everyone is. But even if you're not looking to make money, you can remove a whole lot of the complexity of creating a website and having all that set up. You see a big button below this video if you're watching it on my site, or if you're not, if you're over at YouTube, just click the link below to come across to my site and you'll check out the big button. Click on that, pay $25 and you'll get access to a blogging system where for $25 you've got the system, you've got hosting, you've got sales pages set up for you, you have a salesman who really knows his stuff. Whoops, whack the microphone, try not to do that. You have a salesman who really knows his stuff, how to get people to pull out their credit card and join you in changing their lives and making more money online. If you're a stay-at-home mum, this is a great way to do it. You can blog about your kids and all sorts of things, anything you want, or you can share your stories about what you do to make money online. So click the big button below, join for $25 a month. If you actually want to make money as well, you need to pay $19 for an affiliate system, which gives you a payment processor to collect all the money, and then you can just transfer it into your bank account once you start making the money. So that's also another complexity removed. So get out that credit card, click on the button below, and join me. I'll be there to help you every step of the way. So this is Rob Keating. Hope you have a great day.